Question I get all the time is, why do online businesses fail? What makes an online business succeed and what makes it fail? And I get this question phrased in different ways. Some people ask the question in terms of their specific business or specific industry, and some people ask it about, broadly and generally. The truth is, when you look at online businesses that succeed and fail, it boils back to the people behind them, right? And it boils back to the mindset that those people have when they started that business or when they're running that business. Successful online businesses, no matter what the industry, always have a person behind them that has perseverance, that has strength, that has a vision for the company, that has the wherewithal and the fortitude to march forward and to push that business to be successful. I don't care what you look at from the outside. Nothing is as easy as it looks like. Everything has complexity. Everything has nuance. Everything has struggles and trials and tribulations to it. There's nothing out there that's a free lunch. You cannot say, oh, well, that's an easy online business, because it doesn't exist. Any online business that, let's say it started off being easy, if it was easy, 1 million people rushed in there and turned it into ruthlessly competitive in about 5 seconds. So there are no easy online businesses. There are no free lunches. Now, there are businesses that are easier than others. Obviously, an online business that's a programming company or something has a lot of skill overhead, right? You have to learn a lot to be able to even run that business. But most online businesses, it's not like that. Most online businesses have the difficulty in terms of all the inscrutable minutia that tie together to make that business succeed, right? The marketing, the sales, the advertising, the graphics, the website, the technology, the service, the support, the training, it's on and on and on and on and on. There's a lot of stuff there. Now, of course, I'm in the white label industry, right? I'm involved in furnishing digital marketing services to businesses, right? I'm involved in that end of this whole business. I'm also involved in program development. Now, these are online businesses when it comes to at least white label space that, it has a pretty soft learning curve, right? There's not a whole lot of technical complexity that you need to know to operate the business. But if you want to get really in depth and in detail into technology, the learning curve can quickly become incredibly steep. Like if you want to become somebody that furnishes complex database programming for the medical industry, right? For, hospitals or something like that. That's going to get really complicated really quickly. And there's a tremendously steep learning curve. Now, technically, that would be an online business, right? You could say so anyway. However, that's more of a consultancy. It's more of a very specific development house, and there's a huge amount of complexity there. It really depends upon, which industry you go into. Now, the topic here is, why online businesses fail. Well, what makes businesses fail 90% of the time is that the person gave up. Now, I know there's people who will disagree with that. They'll say, well, no, they failed because of market trends. That's true. Definitely market trends play a huge role. The market trends against you can become really difficult to make sales. There's also technical obsolescence. What you're selling can go obsolete. That can definitely do you in and tank the business. And there's all kinds of stuff that, is out of your control. But most of the time, 80% of the time, it's either because the person that started that business just did not have a mentality to persevere, and they failed because they didn't plan and because it got too rough and they gave up. That is most of the time why online businesses fail. They do not fail because of all these scary horror movie-esque, things that people get afraid of. And I hear this all the time, it's going to fail because I'm going to get sued. It failed because the service got a virus. And people have all these crazy off-the-wall things. None of that stuff ever made the online business fail. Of course, maybe it did. You'll find some weird esoteric case. But 90% of the time, what makes an online business fail is the person behind it. Things got rough. The person threw up their hands and said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't take it. They walked away. What I don't like to see, though, is people, get fear and get afraid to start or afraid to try because they see others' failure and they assess the other person as somehow better than them. And they say, oh, well, if that person failed at it, of course I will. No, that's wrong. I have seen many, many cases where meek people, right? And I don't mean weak, I mean just meek people, humble people, normal people, succeeded where brash, arrogant, loud, boisterous people failed. And I've seen this again and again and again and again and again, where, it's like the tortoise and the hare, the person that just put in their work every day, kept their nose to the grindstone. After 6 months, they got somewhere versus somebody who came in all loud and big and bad and they just failed. They just hit the rocks. You know what a tough guy is? A tough person is somebody that can continue to repeat and repeat and repeat and work hard every single day. Come in and just put in the work necessary to build that business. That's a tough person. A tough person is not somebody who comes in and just screams and yells and rants and raves and, bombs, because you see it all the time. That tough guy, 3 weeks in, just gets bored and says, I can't do this, man. They just pull the plug on it. All the time I see that. So what, in the end, to finalize this video and answer the question, why do online businesses fail? They fail because people fail. That's the bottom line. Anyhow, if you like this vid, you want to see more like it, go ahead, sub to the channel. Go ahead, click that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.